Alright, today is Monday, November 8th, and this is my first drive with FSD Beta 10.4, which came with Tesla OS 2021 36.8.5. So after doing a lot of driving with 10.3, I'm really looking forward to hopefully seeing some improvements with the way the car approaches intersections, in terms of just braking inputs and throttle inputs and just overall smoothness. I've heard some good things so far, so hopefully we'll see that in practice on this drive and in future drives here. But this drive will be to my parents' house. It's a lot of straight driving. There's a few turns involved in between though, so again, I'll fast forward through all the boring parts. But so far so good on this drive, but like I said, if anything comes up, I will call it out. Alright, so that first left turn there, honestly pretty good. The braking inputs were much smoother than I noticed in 10.3 so far. Hopefully that rings true for the upcoming turns that we have to do on this route. But off to a good start. And it looks like this issue is still here, where it sometimes thinks it should be in the turn lane, which it shouldn't be. We're going to go straight through this intersection here. Not sure what it's trying to do here. Alright, car decided it wants to turn. As you can see on the map, that's not where we were supposed to go. So, I don't know if that's a routing issue or what, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it was maps related. Tesla, if you're listening, please update the maps. Like, we're on year-old maps now, and it results in all sorts of goofiness, especially on freeway driving. Alright, so because of that missed turn, we're going to have to take another, I guess, unusual turn here. We never usually use this intersection for this route, but we'll be taking a left here to get back on the University. So, more left turn practice, if you will. Two left turns in a row now was pretty good. Notice the wheel movement wasn't as jerky actually, in the middle of the corner. 10.3, it would really twitch the wheel quite a bit if you watched any of my videos before. So looks like they've made it a little bit more confident in how it takes a line through corners and whatnot. Alright, so the car is braking. You notice it just braked there for no reason. I have no idea what it saw, but I'm going to report that. Nobody was behind me, so I didn't, feel the need to give it throttle input. Otherwise, I definitely would have did that for safety. But one thing I was kind of interested to kind of think about, upon getting accepted into the beta testing with the safety score folks, was how the car would handle, the leaves would fall. And so far, through all the builds, it hasn't really been an issue. The car is able to quickly discern, what it can drive over. It looks like it prefers, obviously, not to drive over big piles of leaves, but otherwise, they don't really affect the planter or anything like that. So it's cool to see. I'll be really looking forward to seeing how the car handles snow. Hopefully we don't have to deal with snow for another month or so, but being in Minnesota, it is inevitable. Alright, and this is University Avenue here. Normally we take the corner where it always messes up, but just like the other one, you'll notice there is kind of a turn lane here, and the car kind of refuses to use it. Right? There's a full car width of road space there, and if somebody comes up behind me here, I'll take over and just make the car make the turn. manually here, but this is the same problem I've noticed before, where, you know, turning onto the same road, it looks, you know, if we go up about a quarter mile to our left, this is where I normally enter University Avenue, and it's a very similar setup where there's a bit of space on the right that makes for a short turn lane. The car never wants to use it. So I'll report that. I'm gonna take over here so I can complete the turn, and I'll just do it manually here. So maybe 10.5, hopefully soon. You know, so it's definitely something they have to adjust with Planner, you know, to get it to use those, you know, bits of road space that, you know, there was no bike lane or anything like that. That was, you know, that would conflict with that decision. So I don't know if they're reading too much off map data or what the problem is, but you know, as you saw, there was a full car width of space there. Alright, we just exited Highway 10, and we're going to be turning left onto Main Street up here. This corner has been very tricky for FSD. 10.3 did a pretty good job. It always would correct, but it always would try to take a tight line initially. So let's see what it does here. This is going to be more of the same. So it figured it out, and it's going to go a little deeper, and very similar behavior to 10.3 there. So real no behavior changes. I'd kind of wish to take a more swooping line or sweeping line through that corner, but you know, nonetheless, it figures it out about midway through the corner that it needs to kind of go a little deeper before it makes the sharper turn to the left. But otherwise, good job. Alright, a little bit of sudden braking input there on that end of that turn there, so if you watch the speed in the video there, you'll notice that the speed drops kind of suddenly all of a sudden. So not sure why it got unconfident there midway through the corner. The line was great. It just, I don't know what it got spooked about, but I definitely reported that. And today, light wise, it's, you know, pretty gloomy out today. It's kind of just overcast, so it's not like it was blinded by anything like the sun or anything like that. So alright, and this is our final turn before reaching our destination here. So no issues, it looks like. Just maybe slowed a little bit too much, but otherwise seemed to complete the turn just fine. Alright, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.